Good evening. Welcome to Hungarian Public Media's News in English, Hungary Reports. I'm Híradó, bringing you today's news from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin. Let's jump right into it. Fireworks for the national holiday on August 20th are already being set up. They are traditionally one of the main events on Hungary's birthday. Other than the fireworks, there will be 3 days of countless activities to choose from. Organizers placed family and safety at the center of this year's holiday festivities.
Professionals have started to place the bombs that will detonate the more than 26,000 firework rockets on August 20th onto barges. Pyrotechnicians say that anyone planning to watch the fireworks will see a spectacular but safe show full of surprises. We have to be very precise. It matters where you connect these fireworks, especially considering that there is 55 kilometers of cabling. So it demands lots of attention. Thank God we have the pyrotechnicians who are the best in their field, Gergő Kotas said. The National Ambulance Service is also getting ready for the holiday. They have specially allocated ambulances for the event and a special command center so they can be where they are needed at all times. The National Ambulance Service has developed a complex rescue plan. Most of our ambulances will be at the August 20th fireworks on standby, which means we'll secure the event with 36 different rescue units, Györfi Pál explained. The traditional St. Stephen's Day bread and this year's cake of the nation, called the Blessed Mother's Lace, can be tasted on the Avenue of Hungarian Flavors as is tradition. As in previous years, there will also be a handicraft festival where you can try traditional jobs such as weaving or making shoes. In addition to the best cooks, pastry chefs and craftsmen, popular bands are also awaiting families. August 20th, Hungary's birthday, offers a series of programs and celebrations for all ages yet again this year. Organizers are expecting hundreds of thousands of people from all over the nation for the fireworks in the capital on August 20th.
The Hungarian National Blood Transfusion Service is encouraging people to donate blood over the bank holiday weekend. They're organizing blood donation drives around the country, and the list of venues is available online. Though more people donate blood in Hungary than the EU average, during the holidays, the service has difficulties attaining the 1,600 to 1,800 donations they need each day in order to operate safely.
Hospitals do not reduce their use significantly during the summer period, although there are fewer planned surgeries, but inevitably more accidents, more organ transplants, so the demand is practically the same. Now that a 4-day-long weekend is coming, when we also need to provide care, but our planned blood donations will be less, since it's harder to get people to donate during the holidays, we've made this call to encourage people to come and donate blood before or after the holidays, so that the reduction in donations we'll have to suffer in those 4 days can be compensated as early as possible, or at least afterwards as soon as possible.
Hotels are mostly fully booked around the country for the long weekend. Last-minute travelers probably won't find a room easily. The National Public Road Service asks everyone planning to hit the road to check traffic conditions before they leave, since heavy traffic can be expected and there is also roadwork ongoing on several routes.
The August 20th long weekend hasn't even started yet, but there was already increased traffic on the roads. According to experts, traffic will further increase over the holiday weekend on highways and at border crossings, so travelers should prepare alternate routes. We ask anyone starting off to always check the current traffic conditions before leaving. They can do so at www.útinform.hu, the communications director of the Hungarian Road Services said. Some families extended their 4-day bank holiday weekend to avoid the rush and traffic jams on the roads. The majority of wellness hotels and city hotels are fully booked on such weekends. Most tourists come to Pécs, for example, for its bustling downtown atmosphere and the area's wide selection of activities. We were forced to push up the fully booked sign months ago, since there are so many events in the city, downtown, in the region, in Siklós, Villány, Harkány and Orfű, for example, and the weather is so great that it all draws in tourists. It isn't just the August 20th holiday, this hotel director said. This period is the busiest for the tourism industry in Hungary.
The Ancestral Days in Bugat offer more than 50 traditional and sports events, as well as informative exhibits and discussions. One of the Carpathian Basin's largest traditional festivals starts on Friday and ends on Sunday. The most spectacular sight, organizers say, will be the Nomad Parade, and they promise lots of fun for visitors.
In this nomadic parade, you'll see camels, buffaloes, horses, plenty of armed infantry rider warriors and their companions. In addition, there will be something special. The earthly remains of a warrior buried at the Transylvanian horse burial, recently uncovered in Transylvania, will also be displayed.
Police officers caught human smugglers at Liszt Ferenc Airport in Budapest once again. An Iraqi man and a Syrian woman were attempting to smuggle 4 children to Austria from Athens using fake passports, but they were detained. There have been human smuggling attempts at the Budapest airport before.
The Iraqi man, the Syrian woman and the 4 children with them landed in the late hours on Tuesday. They all arrived from Athens, Greece. The police determined that the children had arrived with passports issued under other names, so they detained the man and the woman, then interrogated them under suspicion of human smuggling and forgery of administrative documents. The children were placed in a children's home in Fort, the spokesperson said. Detectives initiated an accelerated procedure against the detained adults, so the court will hear their case already on Friday. This isn't the first case of human smugglers being caught at the airport in Budapest. People regularly arrive there from Greece and Turkey trying to transport children abroad with fake passports. Most recently, a Syrian man was caught smuggling 5 Afghan, Iraqi and Irani minors into the country using his own children's passports. The man was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Also in July, an Iraqi woman was caught trying to take her friend's son to Germany with her own son's passport. After an accelerated court procedure, the woman was given a suspended sentence of 18 months in prison. Because of the increasing frequency of attempts using the document switching method, police officers inspect travel documents even more strictly at every border crossing.
The Hungarian police have never before handed out as many traffic fines as they did in the first half of the year. They hope to prevent accidents with the routine inspections. Thankfully, it seems to be working. There were significantly less accidents this year on the roads than in previous years.
The National Police Headquarters imposed a record amount of fines in the first half of this year, according to information from vezes.hu. Drivers committing traffic offences had to pay more than 27.6 million euros from January to June. In 2018, in the same period, that number was almost 3 million euros less. And 2 years ago, in the first half of 2017, illegal drivers were fined 9 million euros less. While the sums of fines issued were record-breaking, the police spokesperson said, the number of road accidents registered in 2019 was the lowest in years. Kristóf Gál added that the number of deaths was also decreasing. Speeding is the #1 killer on public roads. It is responsible for nearly a third of accidents, and no other cause has surpassed it. The purpose of police checks is not to impose more fines, more sanctions, but to filter out the habitual traffic offenders who don't care about the rules, so we can try to ensure that everyone gets home in one piece, Kristóf Gál said. And action is being taken at a European level this week to filter out these drivers. In the campaign called Tisztpol, they primarily check for speeders, but they also pay close attention to the use of seatbelts, for example.
More than 100 police officers cracked down on a drug gang at Lake Balaton. During their sweep of Siófok and other towns, they searched several apartments and confiscated different white powders suspected to be drugs, plant-based materials, cash, vehicles, jewelry, electronics, and cell phones. They interrogated 19 suspects during the raid and detained 7 of them. The fireworks show in Budapest won't be the only one this August 20th. Lake Balaton is also preparing for guests. The Szigliget Castle will have pop concerts and traditional merriment. Tihany is hosting jazz, blues, swing and Dixie concerts, and Balatonalmádi and Balatonfüred will be home to the wine days. And luckily, the weather is supposed to be beach compatible all throughout the 4-day weekend. An exhibit titled The Colors of Nature opened on Thursday at the Heritage House in Budapest. The unique exhibit presents the different methods from India to Hungary of preparing and using paints made from natural materials. Visitors of the exhibit will see a huge rainbow of colors with colorful fabrics and folk art motifs. That's all for today. Catch the English news every day around 11:20 p.m. local time or stream it anytime online. Enjoy the long weekend, and if you have the time, donate some blood. Thanks for watching. Good night.